But on that point, Judith, I don't get it. Like nationally, 400,000 people poured into Australia in just the past year. Polls show Australians hate this high immigration. They hate, getting so crammed into the big cities. And yet the government keeps doing it. Why is that?
Well, I think Leith is right to point out that it's not being resisted by the states. In Victoria, yes, it's come on down, but some of the other states too. But, as I point out in my column, and I'm sure Leith would agree with me, is that there are, I guess you don't want to use the term rorting, but there are just major holes in the visa programs. So at the moment, for example, there is a visa category which goes back to the pandemic. So it was introduced at that time, to allow people to stay because of the pandemic consequences, right? Now, the pandemic has been over for ages. But what's happening at the moment is that I think in the last quarter, they've issued 66,000 of these pandemic visas. And what's happening is people are working the system. It's very easy to get a student visa. They come in and then the next week they transfer to this pandemic visa. Now, the federal government must know this. If I know this, they know this, and yet they really turn a blind eye because the forces of big Australia are very powerful, and they basically, I think, are prepared to trade off the living standards of ordinary folk.